bad, me sick, me Reggaeville.
Reggaeville family, this is the Reggaeville Easter special coming to you from Munich, Germany. With me is the gentleman, Romain Virgo. How is everything?
Everything is good, you know. Give thanks, Munchi, for having me on the program once more. I feel like me are the most featured artist on Wagwan Munchi.
You are indeed one of them.
Yeah, because I know you for so much years now, and it's such. Congratulations too on doing this for so many years, and you know all you have achieved so far. You know you help us spread our music, our culture to so many people here and around the world. So big up yourself.
Yo, such a speech at the beginning of the thing. I'm gonna even start doing the interview yet. Yo, wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, you've been on, speaking of being on the program, you've been to the Easter special as well already. Yeah. Do you recall what year it was?
I think about it and I wonder if it was 2015, 16, 17, 18. Yes. Why not count? I couldn't remember. I swear I couldn't remember. I was like, what year was that? But I remember Anthony B was on it.
I think so, yeah.
Juna Kelly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
And so that makes 7 years now. And imagine what happened since then. Because in that very same year, 2018, you got married.
Yes.
Now you're father of 3 kids. I mean,
so
crazy.
Much has happened. Yeah, I'm a big man now. Yeah, but growth. You know, there's so much that I've learned over, you know, that space of time. You know, musically and you know, even personally. You know, and yeah, it's such a great vibe to be back here. Be on this is the 10th edition.
Yes.
And yeah, it feels like just being a part of a family and seeing the family grow to this point now where we can celebrate 10 years, you know. So big up to Reggaeville, big up to everybody who's a part of this whole organization. I feel like it is very important during this time leading into the summer, you know, if you have the people who hold some good vibes, you know. So yeah, man, I'll give thanks, and I'm so happy that, you know, I share stage with the artists who are on this lineup this year. You know, Martin, my brother, you know, Janelle, Tori, you know, Kenyatta Hill, Aja Man, you know, it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah, man.
But you mentioned already the family, and I said it, a father of 3 now.
Yeah.
So how is that life for you as a father of 3 now? And by the way, congratulations, of course, for so on.
Yeah, thanks. It's amazing, you know. You know, you get to understand as I grow older, as a man. Well, I can speak for myself personally, that some things don't really matter once you start to build your family. You realize that the material things, you know, all the material things that you used to dream of, like I want to have this and I want to have that, none of them matter anymore. You just now care about, first of all, I guess the joy that family brings, having children and just sharing whatever you can with them, which is going to help them to grow, you know, in life. And yeah, just being around and just sharing that love, the feeling of, I feel like it's one of the most beautiful thing on the face of the earth, you know, is to have and raise different level of love. Nothing else no matter, as me say. Yeah. You know, like there's nothing that you could give me right now when we that take and trade for my family, like, you know, because that is when you get to understand real love, you know. I mean, getting married and so is beautiful, you know, but I'm sure even my wife would say, like, we didn't know this level of love until we start having children.
Yes, I can absolutely agree, man. I feel the same.
Beautiful. It is.
But I mean, you had twins first, now there's a third child. Is that also another level of stress, or is it more like, okay, I'm kind of used to the groove, you know?
It is. I thought it was gonna be easier with him, like, meaning because he, you know, like, he's just one, you know.
Right.
But
so
it's tougher with him than the girls. Yeah, when the girls were at his age, 6 months, they were, you know, much easier to deal with. You know, we could give them their bottle and them just drink and no problem. Him.
So why weren't we him?
Him love company. Him love when you're around. Like if you leave him for God do something, I just start cry like, yo, where I go? 'Cause he loves company, and so that's the big difference that I see with him. But there's a level of, I don't even know the word that I would use to describe him, and what he represents for us. But I always use the word hope, because him just full of life outside of the problems, like a trouble them I'm giving. Stop the problems, like a trouble them I'm going with. Him just have a different look in him eyes, there's something about him that I can't explain that is just so different, and you can see the joy even when his mommy is around. It's a different kind of, maybe it's because she always wanted to have a son too, like she said she can't wait to get her boy, and then the Almighty just said, see a son, yeah? Hold that. So there's this level of joy on her face that I can't explain either, so it's beautiful, and I'm just grateful that I am a part of this family, and the Almighty blessed me with this, family. It's just amazing. I'm happy. I'm happy.
So the son just celebrated, you said it, the 6 months, happy half an anniversary. So within those 6 months that he's with you now, do you call some hilarious moment also?
Always, him, as me I said, just we make fun out of anything with him. So even just how we go on a video call whenever I get off a show, because when we're done with the show, like by the time I reach the hotel, he's probably still up with the family, and so we'll do like a video call, and once him see my face, it's like him he's like him just make some sounds, and now he's saying that already. So that in itself is so nice, just to see that. Sometimes his mommy would be like, who is that? And he will take a little while, but then you hear him come around to the that. So that is some little moments where, as me say, words can't express them. Yeah.
And when you also did that photo shoot, also where you had the little cup and all these things.
That was like probably a week after he was born. Because you can't do it when they're too old, because
they need to sleep.
and we did that with our girls. They were like probably 2 weeks old, so his was done in the perfect timing. And both of them, when we look back at both photo shoots, we say, wow, like we get them the right time, when they get old and look back at these photos, I know that they're not going to believe that it's them, and they're probably going to ask, how did they achieve getting photos like those, But we thought, this kind of photo shoot is very interesting, and as I said, something that they will be able to look back at and feel happy about, when they maybe compare themselves with, kids of their time. They would be like, wow, you took time out to do this for us. And that's what we wanted, so it's beautiful pictures,
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
We know a lot of those things because you're always vlogging these. For us, the Virgo Nation, how much time does that actually take up?
A lot of time, but I realize that, once you're creative, you're gonna always want to create, and sometimes as humans we find time for so many other things, and if we just take time out to allow our craft to just expand, then we will realize our full potential and what we can do. And I feel like even though I'm on this new verge of capturing moments with my family and with myself and whoever is within my circle, I find that while I'm doing that, there's so much more room for improvement. I'm each place that I go, each moment that I shoot something is like it just opened my eye to something that's like, oh, you can edit it this way. I can start planning out how I want to just bring across a story to the people, and so every day I'm learning is like whoa, something that I never have a lot of interest in, and now realize that there's so much interest in it, and I just want to continue to create these moments, capture these moments, because I know that in years to come I will sit with my family in a living room here or wherever, whatever kind of setting, and we will watch back these videos, and it will bring some level of joy. So when I create, when I create now, I don't even watch them. I edit, post, and then like I'm saving all of this for like maybe like a series. Go back and watch from day one to see how young you were and how shy we were before we started getting used to the camera. And so for me, it's not just about vlogging, but it's about growing and see how best we can help to manage ourselves in every aspect of life as we go along. Sometimes we go through some tough moments, some tough days, and we find the strength to just go through them. It's not everything that we go through, we come and we share it with the world, but to see we can still go through them and be able to come out positive, and talk to people and show them that, hey, you might be going through this, but you can do it. I feel like that is what people appreciate about us, and so we just continue to be our best. We're not perfect either, but we continue to just, be our best as we go along.
But speaking of moments like these that you share with the Virgo Nation, and we through the vlog, we have seen you laugh, we have seen you cry, we've been at baby showers and birthdays. We know of your experiences of urinating in a bottle in a car. Do you feel like sometimes am I revealing too much?
No, because you get to realize that most of the things that you share are things that a lot of people are going through or have been through themselves, and it's almost like, whoa, it is like drawing them closer to you. Know that they're getting to understand Romain, and sometimes we say things in our music, and then when people meet you, they're like, or when they hear you tell a story, your story is so different from what is in your music. I feel like it strikes that balance. There's nothing that is there to hide from my people and my fans. It's just me, pure, just as real as possible. And I feel like we're in an age too where I think I was saying it the other day, like being open and honest with people, it allows them to even connect more with you. We've seen that through the vlogs. We've seen it every day. It's not just about Jamaica. It's about the world, because everywhere we go, you have people who will come up to me about things that has to do with vlog and not necessarily music. And so if we can reach people this way, you can just imagine how much more deeper the music now connects with them. And so I know it's for us, for me, it's a win-win. Now people say, "Oh, I'm a Virgo Nation supporter. I'm a Virgo Nation." It means that wherever I go, they're coming out. They're coming out to see me. It doesn't matter how many times they want to support in every way, not just by watching me on YouTube, but also to buy the music. To support a show. I'm in Munich now, and if there is even one person that watch my vlogs, they want to come and see if they can get the opportunity to meet me and share some moment that they enjoyed, or some moment that they got the opportunity to use it to uplift themselves. So it's just always beautiful, always so nice to meet people in the street and hear how positive they speak of the kind of show that we present. And I'm happy that we're not the kind of family who does things like pranks and so on. Because that takes away, for me personally, the realness and the authenticity in what we present, and not beating down on people who does that, but for ourselves and what we present, we just want to be as real and as authentic as we possibly can. and to not mislead them in any way. You know, as I said, nobody is perfect, but we try to live at a standard that, you know, is admirable and is real at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I mean, you just passed the 200,000 subscribers. Yeah. Congratulations.
Big milestone. It's unbelievable because we took so many breaks from putting out content. I think we went 1 year already without. Yeah, we go 1 year without posting. Yeah. You know, and then we have moments where like months or weeks people would not see a post from us, and that is when like the reality of life gets so tough that we have to just take breaks, because, you know, to be going through such tough moments of our lives and to be vlogging and trying to balance our life, it can get real tough at times, you know. And so, you know, that's why we took so many breaks. But to see we took that long of a break, or so many breaks, and we're still able to reach that big milestone. Yeah. It was amazing. And
that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, exactly. How interested people are, and I'm just grateful for this newfound family and the support that they give. You know, in terms, just as I say, whatever as we say, we have an album out now, they will go and support. We have a show coming up now, they come and they support. You know, whatever it is, you know, they always show their support. If we say, oh, like, we're going through a tough time right now, you will see people sending in uplifting messages, sending in their prayers and so on. So it's a newfound family, and I think it is something that I encourage people to, you don't have to vlog, but try to show people that side of you and share with them that side of you, that they won't feel like, you know, me, or wonder if you're human, you know. Yeah. I feel like once you start to show people that side of you, the love is even greater.
But you know what I think is, because what they see when they watch the Virgos is a family of love, and also your circle. People like T. I think everybody should have a T in them life, you know. T, or Christopher Martin, or Omi, who gets up in the middle of the night to pick you up from the airport and stuff like that. It's like you have a circle or a community of love surrounding you, and that reflects with the audience, which is also like a community of love. And I think that's so wonderful.
Amazing, man. You know, we're blessed to have friends that are like family, you know, because, you know, we're both country people. Myself and Liz is from Montego Bay, Jamaica, even though a lot of people say Mobe is not no country. I am from St. Anne, Jamaica, and both of us, you know, just link up, and now we live in Kingston, Jamaica, and so we're far away from our family. So to find friends like, as you mentioned, T, and the list could go on, Kim, Omi, you know, Sashay, Marlon. There are so many names, Timon, you know, so many names that I can call, who we can depend on as a family. You know, it's just beautiful, and people who really and truly love us and want to see us grow and want to see us do well. We can call on them anytime. It's amazing, you know, and as I say, it shines through. You know, and that's what we want to continue to do as time go by. We know things will change. 10 years from now, we'll probably on to something else. We don't know, who knows. But for now, within the now, we just want to be our best. And while we're doing that, we're just so grateful for the people who come along. Yeah.
You have the vlog that's doing so extremely well, but also you had, of course, last year the album, The Gentleman. And what I want to point out is that it was voted in the Album of the Year poll by Reggaeville, which consists of a panel of 60 reggae experts, so to speak, or people that are in the business, let's say that. They voted it on the third place, which I think is an amazing achievement. Congratulations. Extremely well deserved. How do you experience this feedback, especially from within the reggae fraternity?
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, like every time I create, you know, my hope is that, you know, not just myself and my little circle of people who are helping me to create music feel good about it, but also the people who understand the genre, people who have maybe a lot more experience than me, who were probably here before me, people who have a better understanding of where the music should be going and where it can go. When they tell you that, hey, it's a good project, it feels good, At the end of the day, another person might say, nobody can judge whatever, but for me, it's always good when my name or something that I work on can be mentioned amongst other great artists, or people that, especially people who I look up to and people who I love their music, and to be mentioned amongst them. When I see people like Martima, Jalil, we see Vibes Cartel, Shensia, and you're in the mix of that. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, and it's motivation to just continue to do our best. I said our because I know that it's not me, like by myself doing all this, but just the whole team. Whenever we get together again to create, we can use this to say, hey, let's even try and go harder now. Let's outdo the last project, and so I look forward to the next one, and we just hope that the love will be there. Hopefully can get number one this time around. Yes. But even if it doesn't reach there, like just to be mentioned again, even if it reach the top 10, it's a joy for me.
The love is still there. Yeah. The appreciation is huge. But speaking of new music, there is a song that you just recently shot a video for. How recently? Two-Faced.
Oh, Two-Faced.
Tell me a bit about that song.
Yeah, it's a song that is gonna be released soon. I think it's sometime in May. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that. It's Ramesh Entertainment production. It's a juggling rhythm that features myself. I think he said that Taurus is on it, Shensia. Maybe I give it too much now. But Christopher Martin, wonderful lineup. There's so many other artists that I believe is gonna be on it. He has also created this platform where we have to big him up to Ramesh for giving young artists an opportunity to be on a rhythm, and so he has given, I think, 3 young artists who probably nobody knows the opportunity to let their voice be heard, and I think that is beautiful to add to such a beautiful production. And so Two-Faced is maybe the next release that is gonna come out from my side, and it's a beautiful song. We were shooting the music video back home, just trying to get people involved. I didn't want anything with too much of a storyline this time. I just wanted to have people singing a song like this because it's everybody's song, we look forward to the release of this rhythm, the release of this single, and just hopeful that it will make a mark on the reggae scene. Seeing that juggling rhythm is a thing that isn't doing so well for us over the past decade. I would love to see this one, at least make that change, for us. It would be nice, and hopefully it will open the door to more vibe like this, Yeah.
So apart from Two-Faced, are you also working on other new music, or what can we expect from you for 2025?
I want to say, more me and Nico, we've been deciding what we want to do, trying to decide what we want to do, musically, and just getting back out there, getting, new music, the face of the people. And so we're deciding whether we should try and do an EP or an album. And, a lot of people wouldn't know, but, now I feel like a new artist because I am now independent. I did my last album with my record label. The Gentleman was the last album with my record label, so I'm now an independent artist. So I feel brand new. I don't know. It's like, where do I start, that's the point that I'm at right now, because I've never been an independent artist, so it's just trying to find a way now, and what, because we have music that we've been working on for even before the Gentleman album, and so it's not a matter of even creating, it's just how and what we want to bring to the forefront. And so yeah, I guess after Two-Face we'll, between now and that time, we'll decide whether it's gonna be an EP this year, or we're gonna just go out all out to the album and just take on this new chapter.
You said this year, so that means that this year we can expect some form of a long format.
I believe so. I want to like, I feel like, like I should work with momentum.
Yeah, man.
We put out a good album last year, and I feel like nothing is wrong with, especially something coming from me, and just to feel what it feels like to put out an album on my own.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking, but I don't want my fans to feel like music isn't coming. Music is coming, whether through a juggling rhythm or some form. New music is definitely coming soon, and over the years I realized that sometimes I rush and we just want to put music out there like that, and it doesn't always necessarily work when it does. It's like music, songs killing songs, and we know that fans always want to hear new music, but it must be musical quality.
Yes, sir.
Can't just be us putting out a song because a long time I put out a song, since the album I release nothing now. It must make sense. It must be songs with quality, songs that can add to what we have as an industry, and not to just be like, as Buju would say, disposable music. I don't want to add to that side of the music. It must be going in the direction where it can help us to grow as an industry, and so yeah, I'm looking forward.
I'm sure that, you have established yourself as a quality artist. So, but eventually by the end of the day, go with whatever feels right for you,
Yes, most definitely. Once it feels right, and it's good to have voice or reason, if it's not Nico, it's somebody is there, Sometimes I have people like Donovan Jermaine, who is the first big producer that I work with, who is still like as that father figure role in my life, who will say, Romain, what you doing? And he say, yo, remember me have this broad piece of board that if you don't make it, if you reach the heights, or when me have you, or when me tell people say you can go, me have this piece of board that when me go beat you out. So, even though me know say him not gonna beat me with the board, literally, but it is good to have those voices from time to time to remind you of the place, how they see me, and just keep on walking the road that I'm walking, or just keeping that lane that I'm in right now, because the future needs guidance, and over time you realize that with how music is going now, some of us have to just make that extra sacrifice to keep that aspect of the music that is as we say, quality. And so even if it takes Jermaine, if you remind me over and over again, I am grateful for that, because I know that it will only help to get the best out of me. Each time I go in the studio, each time I take up my pen or my phone or wherever to write and to create, I will do my best, so yeah. Amen.
We expect nothing but that. We expect nothing but the best from you, We're eagerly awaiting whatever comes from Romain Virgo, and whenever that comes,
Soon. I'm so excited. There's so many music that we recorded that we say, wow, the world one of them will accept this. It's nothing way outside of our what they know, but just different sounds, different vibe, still keeping to the roots of what we know. And it's almost like a continuation of The Gentleman in a sense. And so, you know, we're kind of eager to see how people feel about this kind of music. You know, this new but not so new me. Yeah, we look forward. Yeah.
So do we. But for now, I mean, we're super excited to see you performing throughout Europe. You have 16 shows on a whole. You have a couple of more with the Reggaeville Easter special.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, then I think after we'll leave the Reggaeville Easter special, we'll go to do the warm-up for Uppsala Festival. I can't remember everywhere that we're gonna be, but I know somewhere a couple in Sweden. I don't remember. I can't remember right now. What I do every day is just get up and do the work.
Because you know there's no rest for the righteous.
Yeah, so we post it on our socials, like where we're gonna be, and all I focus on is make sure that I get on stage and give the people a good show, and you know that's the main focus.
I know you're working hard, you're giving your all. Thank you so much for that, Romain. Enough love and blessings for you and the family, and
Blessings
be safe.
to you and the family too.
Thank you. And be safe on the road, man. Thank you.
Me mad, me sick, me Reggaeville.